You want a cruiser? But the market is a total minefield. Dealers push dangerously heavy monsters that will crush your confidence. That's why we've gathered the 12 absolute best beginner cruisers for you. From unkillable Japanese legends to high-tech American icons, these machines feature low seats and forgiving power to keep you safe. Stick around for the #1 pick. It is a modern classic that has completely reinvented what a beginner bike can be. Do not buy a bike until you see this. Let's ride. Number 12, Yamaha V-Star 250. If you want a bike that builds your confidence, is reliable, and holds its value forever, then the Yamaha V-Star 250 is the best pick for you. They call it the cockroach of the cruiser world. It simply refuses to die, and for good reason. In a world where manufacturers are rushing toward high-tech, liquid-cooled parallel twins, Yamaha has stubbornly kept the authentic cruiser soul alive. This is currently the only authentic small displacement V-twin left on the Japanese market, and that distinction matters more than you think. When you fire this bike up, you are greeted by the rhythmic, syncopated idle of a genuine air-cooled 60-degree V-twin engine. Because it is still carbureted, yes, in 2026, it has a mechanical character and a potato idle that modern fuel-injected bikes seriously struggle to replicate. It produces roughly 21 horsepower from its 249 cubic centimeter engine. We spoke to Sarah J. from Oregon, who told us she was terrified of heavy bikes. She bought a used V-Star for practically nothing, rode it for 2 years, dropped it 3 times without breaking a single lever, and then sold it for exactly what she paid for it. A brand new model costs $4,699, but you can find solid used ones between $3,000 and $3,500 all day long. The V-Star is a classic, but what if you want that retro style with cutting-edge modern technology and a British badge? Our next bike is a wild card that is stealing sales from traditional cruisers left and right because it offers something the cruiser market desperately needs: real handling. Number 11, Triumph Speed 400. Okay, purists, put the pitchforks down. We know the Triumph Speed 400 is technically classified as a modern classic roadster, but in 2026, it is being bought by thousands of people who originally walked into the dealership looking for a cruiser. Why? Because it offers the same low, extremely accessible ergonomics, but pairs them with handling and braking that cruisers simply cannot match. It captures the retro aesthetic perfectly, but delivers a ride that is thoroughly modern. It packs a 398 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled single-cylinder engine that punches way above its weight class, making 39 horsepower. This is a massive step up in performance compared to the air-cooled bikes of the past. It features ride-by-wire throttle, advanced traction control, and a torque assist clutch that makes the lever feel incredibly light. It weighs just 375 pounds, making it agile and eager to turn. While the seat height is 31 inches, slightly higher than a traditional cruiser, the bike is so narrow at the tank junction that it feels much lower. You sit in a commanding upright position, rather than the clamshell fold of a bobber, which is infinitely more comfortable for longer rides. It is the ultimate do-it-all first bike. It can handle the highway at 80 miles per hour without vibrating your fillings loose. It can carve canyons with legitimate sport bike DNA, and it commutes with serious style. With a new price of $4,995 and used examples hovering around $4,200, it is a premium experience at a budget price. I'm curious, what was the first bike you bought? Let us know in the comments, and for how long did you ride it? So yeah, Triumph brings the class, but sometimes you just want that dark, brooding, American bobber look without the American price tag. The next bike on our list comes from an unlikely source, and it is shocking the entire industry with its build quality and sound. Number 10, CF Moto 450 CLC. 5 years ago, suggesting a Chinese cruiser would have been a joke. In 2026, nobody is laughing. The CF Moto 450 CLC is the real deal. At its heart is a 449 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine with a critical 270-degree crank. This is the crucial detail. That crank configuration mimics the firing order of a V-twin, giving the bike a throaty, rumbly exhaust note that sounds absolutely fantastic. It makes 40 horsepower and delivers it through a smooth gate belt drive system, ensuring silent, low-maintenance running without the mess of chain lube. Dave R. from Texas admitted he was skeptical about buying a Chinese bike, but the 450 CLC blew him away. He raved about the sharp TFT display, which he claims is better than the screen in his car. He describes the sound as an angry tractor and notes that after 5,000 miles, he has had 0 issues. A brand new model costs $5,699, while used ones are settling around $4,500. The CF Moto is flashy, but some riders want bulletproof, unbreakable reliability above all else. That brings us to the reigning champion of the beginner class, the bike that defines friendly. Number 9, Honda Rebel 300. This is the industry default choice. The Honda Rebel 300 is the Honda Civic of motorcycles. It isn't flashy, it isn't the fastest, but it is impeccably engineered and impossible to break. It is the bike that riding schools across the country use because it can survive being dropped, stalled, and abused by thousands of students and still start up the next morning. It runs a 286 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled single-cylinder engine derived from the CBR sport bike line. It produces roughly 27 horsepower. It is light at 364 pounds wet. It features a slipper clutch, which is a massive lifesaver for beginners learning to downshift smoothly, preventing the rear wheel from locking up if you dump the clutch too fast. A new one costs $4,849, and used ones hold value extremely well at around $3,500. The Rebel 300 is great, but let's be honest, you might outgrow it in 6 months. What if you could get the exact same chassis, the same low seat, but with an engine that can actually survive the freeway for years to come? Number 8, Honda Rebel 500. If the 300 is the Civic, the Rebel 500 is the Civic Type R. It looks identical to its little brother. Same frame, same tank, same seat, but it packs a serious punch that keeps it relevant for years, not just months. It swaps the single cylinder for a 471 cubic centimeter powerful parallel twin engine. This bumps the power to 46 horsepower. That might not sound like a supercar number, but in the motorcycle world, it is more than enough to cruise at 80 miles per hour without the engine vibrating your teeth out. It weighs a bit more at 408 pounds, but the weight is carried so low, you barely feel the difference. The ergonomics are identical to the 300, low, approachable, and comfortable for short to medium rides. The bobber styling is timeless, with blacked out components, fat tires, and a minimalist aesthetic that appeals to younger riders. It is the long-term keeper. Chris P. from Ohio told us that everyone advised him to skip the 300 and get the 500, and he is glad he listened. He says the power is smooth and manageable for a newbie, but it has enough cruising torque to pass cars on the freeway without panic. A new model runs $6,499, and used ones are everywhere for around $5,500. Honda owns the friendly market, but Kawasaki decided to fight back with a bike that is longer, lower, and arguably cooler. Number 7. Kawasaki Eliminator. The Eliminator is Kawasaki's direct shot across the bow at the Honda Rebel. Reintroduced recently, it has quickly become a fast favorite for 2026 because it offers a sportier engine character in a cruiser package. It appeals to the rider who likes the cruiser look but wants the excitement of a sport bike engine. It uses a 451 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine derived from the Ninja 400 and 500 platform. It revs much higher than the Rebel, making about 49 horsepower. It feels zippier, more eager to accelerate. It weighs 388 pounds and features a fully digital dash with smartphone connectivity, appealing to the tech-savvy generation. The seat height is 28.9 inches, which is slightly higher than the Rebel, but still very low. The styling is distinct. It has a long and low drag bike aesthetic that gives you a bit more room to stretch out if you are taller. It is the best use case for the sporty cruiser. If you like the cruiser look, but want an engine that loves to be revved out, this is your machine. It handles corners better than most traditional cruisers thanks to its sport bike DNA. Tom H. from New York told us he sat on the Rebel and felt cramped, but the Eliminator gave him just enough extra room. He loves that the engine feels alive. It wants to go fast and doesn't feel like a lazy cruiser. A brand new Eliminator costs $6,649, with used models appearing around $5,800. We have covered the sport cruisers, but what if you want pure, unadulterated comfort? What if you want a bike that can be tailored to fit your body perfectly, so you never have to suffer through an uncomfortable ride? Kawasaki has another secret weapon in its arsenal that does exactly that. We're already halfway through. Let us know your favorite pick so far, and don't forget to click like. Number 6. Kawasaki Vulcan S. The Vulcan S is the chameleon of the cruiser world. It is famous for its revolutionary ergo fit system, which allows the dealership to adjust the handlebars, seat, and foot pegs to 3 different positions for free at the time of purchase. Whether you are 5 feet tall or 6'4", this bike can be molded to fit you like a custom suit. It runs the 649 cubic centimeter parallel twin from the Ninja 650. This is a serious high-performance engine making 60 horsepower. It is the most powerful bike on the list so far. It is fast. It will do 0 to 60 faster than most sports cars. Despite the power, the delivery is silky smooth, making it manageable for a responsible beginner. Because of 𝐏𝐄𝐂𝐑, the ergonomics are whatever you want them to be. Short reach, mid-reach, or extended reach. It fits a wider range of riders than any other cruiser on the market. The suspension is absolutely plush, and the bike feels substantial without being dangerously heavy. It is the growth machine. Big Dan from Texas, who stands 6'3", told us he looked like a bear on a tricycle on the Rebel. The Vulcan S with the extended reach setup fits him perfectly. He describes it as fast, smooth, and looking like a futuristic muscle bike. A new Vulcan S is $8,149, and used ones are a steal at $6,000. We are moving into the true classics now. The next bike is for the rider who wants to slow down and smell the roses. It is not about speed. It is about the lovely thump. It is a modern bike that feels 80 years old in the best way possible. Number 5. Royal Enfield Meteor 350. If the Kawasaki Vulcan is a double espresso, the Royal Enfield Meteor 350 is a warm cup of chai on a rainy Sunday. It is the ultimate chill motorcycle. It was designed from the ground up to be the world's easiest cruiser to ride, prioritizing relaxation over adrenaline. It features a 349 cubic centimeter air oil-cooled single-cylinder engine designed for low-end torque, not horsepower. It makes 20 horsepower. Top speed is roughly 75 miles per hour downhill with a tailwind. It comes standard with a fantastic Tripper navigation pod, a Google Maps display built right into the dash, which is a huge bonus for beginners trying to find their way. It has a heel-toe shifter and forward-set foot pegs that put you in a classic easy rider slouch. The seat is wide and heavily padded. It is phenomenally comfortable. The center of gravity is so low, it feels like it has a gyroscope keeping it upright at stoplights. It is the best use case for the scenic route rider. Sarah K. from Maine claims this bike cured her road rage. She says you simply cannot be angry on a Meteor. It chugs along nicely, gets 80 miles per gallon, and looks like a vintage restoration. With a new price of $4,699 and used options at $3,800, it is cheap therapy. The Meteor is great for the back roads, but what if you want to cross state lines? Enter the big brother. Number 4. Royal Enfield Super Meteor 650. This is the bike that changed everyone's mind about Royal Enfield, the Super Meteor 650 is a legitimate heavyweight cruiser built for the highway. It feels substantial, expensive, and incredibly stable, erasing the budget bike stigma completely. It uses the acclaimed 648 cubic centimeter air oil-cooled parallel twin. It produces 47 horsepower and 38 foot-pounds of torque. It is silky smooth, erasing the annoying vibration associated with older Enfields. It weighs a hefty 531 pounds, which sounds scary for a beginner, but that weight makes it rock-solid planted on the freeway against crosswinds and semi-truck blasts. The seat height is 29 inches. It is wide and supportive. The fit and finish are superb. Aluminum switch cubes, chrome exhaust, bright LED headlight. It feels like a bike costing twice as much. It is the budget tourer. You can put a windshield and saddlebags on this and ride across the country. It is perfect for a beginner who is a bit larger or stronger and wants a bike that feels real and substantial underneath them. James B. from the UK traded his Sportster for this and has zero regrets. He admits the rear suspension is a bit stiff over potholes, but says the engine is a true gem. He cruises at 80 miles per hour all day without his hands going numb. A brand new model costs $7,299, with used ones around $6,000. Quick pause. We are down to the final 3. The absolute best cruiser's money can buy in 2026. Before we reveal the winner, I want you to place your bets in the comments. Do you think the number 1 spot will go to Harley-Davidson, Indian, or Honda? Pause the video, leave your guess, and let's see if you are right. Number 3. Honda Shadow Phantom. The Honda Shadow has been around since the dawn of time, but the 2026 Phantom is a modernized, blacked-out version of the classic. It brings the unkillable Honda shaft drive to the party, meaning absolutely no chain maintenance. This is a massive selling point for riders who just want to ride, not wrench. It rocks a 745 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled V-twin. It makes roughly 45 horsepower, but tons of low-end torque. The shaft drive is clean, quiet, and virtually maintenance-free. You don't have to clean grease off your rear wheel or adjust tension every 500 miles. It has a seat height of 25.6 inches. That is insanely low. You sit deep in the bike. The handlebars are essentially drag bars, giving it a mean, hunked-down look. It feels heavy lifting it off the kickstand, weighing 543 pounds, but the weight vanishes the moment you hit 5 miles per hour. It is the low-maintenance classic. If you want the V-twin sound and look, but want to spend zero time in the garage, buy a Shadow. It will outlive you. Robert M. from Nevada calls it a tank. He has put 40,000 miles on his, with nothing but oil changes and tires. He swears by the shaft drive and calls it the most reliable vehicle he owns. A new Phantom is $8,699, and used ones hold steady at $6,500. The Shadow is classic, but maybe you want something with a badge that screams Americana. You want the history, the brand, and the performance. Our runner-up is the perfect entry point into the world's oldest motorcycle company. Number 2. Indian Scout 60. The Indian Scout 60 is a masterpiece of water-cooled engineering. It is the younger, slightly smaller brother of the Big Scout, but it gives up almost nothing in terms of fun. It is the bike that proves American cruisers can be high-tech and high-performance. It features a 999 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled V-twin. It makes 78 horsepower. This is a fast bike. It will blow the doors off a Sportster 883. It has a modern cast aluminum frame that makes it extremely rigid and allows it to handle surprisingly well for a cruiser. It doesn't wobble or flex in corners. The seat is stunningly low at 25.6 inches. The center of gravity is exceptionally low. It comes in 2 trims, the Classic with swept bars and chrome for a relaxed ride, and the Sport with mini apes and a fairing for a more aggressive stance. It fits a wide range of riders. It is the premium entry. If you have a bit more budget and want a bike that commands respect at any bike night, the Scout 60 is it. It is powerful, but the power is linear and predictable, not scary. And Angela D. from Chicago bought the Scout 60 as her first bike. She admitted it was intimidating at first because of the power, but she found it so balanced that it handles like a much lighter bike. She loves the look and the badge. A new one costs $11,749, and used ones can be found for $8,500. And now we reach the summit, the absolute #1 beginner cruiser for 2026. It comes from the brand you expect, but it is a model that has completely reinvented what a Sportster can be. Number 1. Harley-Davidson Nightster. This is the future of the American V-twin. The Harley-Davidson Nightster takes the legendary Sportster silhouette and injects it with modern performance and safety. It ditches the heavy, vibrating, air-cooled engine of the past for the high-revving, liquid-cooled Revolution Max. This is definitely not your grandfather's Harley. It uses the 975 cubic centimeter Revolution Max 975T liquid-cooled V-twin. It makes a staggering 90 horsepower. It screams to a high red line. Crucially, it has ride modes: rain, road, and sport. This is a massive safety feature for beginners. You can put it in rain mode to cut the power and increase traction control intervention while you learn. Then switch to sport when you are ready to RIP. It weighs only 481 pounds, hundreds less than the old Sportsters. The ergonomics are ingenious. The fuel tank is actually located under the seat, which lowers the center of gravity drastically, making the bike feel incredibly light to lift off the stand. The tank up top is just an airbox cover. The seat height is 27.1 inches. It feels incredibly balanced and agile, eager to lean into corners. It is the modern icon. This is for the rider who wants the Harley badge but refuses to ride 1950s technology. It handles, it stops, and it goes. It is the most confidence-inspiring Harley ever built. Marcus G. from California grew up hating Harleys because they were slow and heavy, but the Nightster completely changed his mind. He says it feels like a sport bike in cruiser clothing, and that the ride modes saved his butt in the rain twice. A brand new Nightster is $11,999, and used ones are settling around $9,000. Click this video right here. Also, before going, don't forget, smash that like button, subscribe, and ride safe.